Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we finally get our free event ship, which is the ISS Somerville. Yes! So, captains, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go over the builds, the weapons, space set, consoles, traits, stations, DOFs, and then take it into an Elite Argala. So, we just went through the events just like normally daily, and we did unlock this and actually did use it here a couple times already over the last couple of days, but we've been sort of busy with preparing for our sort of contribution to Fleet Week for Star Trek Online. But of course, we had to take the time to do something on the ship, and I will say it's not my favorite looking ship, but it does have some elements that I do like about it, like that deflector, very nice and subtle. Where it loses me is, of course, the sort of holes there in the saucer, these nacelles. Not my favorite. I was going to use the other nacelles, the round ones that came with the Discovery version of the ship, the skin that you can use, but using this saucer with those round nacelles, sort of Discovery era nacelles, there's some sort of clipping happening here, and a piece of the sort of pylons kind of stick out, and it bugs me. So we're just going to use the original skin that comes with, but here we go. Again, nothing too crazy. So it's the ISS Somerville, the Terran Somerville scout ship. This performed very well, and you can see we've already used it. Usually I use it in a build right away, but we've had some things that we've had to take care of in real life. But here we go. 4 weapons, the enhanced biomolecular photon torpedo launcher. Of course, this is from your Undine rep. We're using this because it's a photon torpedo. We can almost guarantee that the Terran Empire uses its most powerful weapons, and in STO, this is a powerful weapon here. And we're going to pair it up with a dark matter quantum torpedo, because of course the dark theme, of course, comes from your Discovery rep. And because we like photon torpedo still, we're going to be using the gravimetric photon torpedo, which comes from your Dyson rep. I have to be careful here, Caps. I really do, because I could make myself go boom. Space set wise, we have the deflector, your Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter deflector from your Fleet Colony. Our SecDef is the deteriorating secondary deflector, which we just bought off the exchange a long time ago. Prevailing innovative impulse engines, which you get from your competition rep. The mycelial harmonic matter antimatter core, and of course the utilities review pending modified shield, which you can get from your Discovery rep. And the app weapons here, we just put our mines, so we can tell this is a torp boat build. Elite Fleet Janur Tricobalt mine, which is from your Fleet Colony as well. Theron infused quantum mine. This comes from your Delta dilithium store. And the Black Ops mine launcher, which we got from an event reward, which you can get from the MUDs if you so choose. We're using it because why not? So for devices, we have our Kobayashi Maru transponder for all its buff goodness, and of course our torpedo candy for the plus 30% bonus projectile damage for 20 seconds. Consoles is what we got going on. Again, nothing too different, captains. We're just sharing with you because we may have captains just joining us here on the bridge. If you're here new, captains, welcome. But this is pretty much almost the same sort of thing we would do with our other torpedo builds. But again, captains, you know us. It's not necessary for the performance, but how it looks is how we mostly build our ships. And sometimes we do push it when we can, DPS-wise. So, binaural infusion circuits, for this from your Lobi store. The emulating phaser lance, this is from your Deimos Pilot Destroyer, which we got from our event campaign last year. But this is going to be our phaser, because of course we have to have a phaser. So this also gives us plus 15.8 phaser damage, but the plus 43.8 Starship Shield Pen, not too bad. And the phaser lance is like just absolutely awesome. I love it. We're going to add more torpedo pew pew goodness here with our opening salvo from the Tier 6 Titan. Captain's one of my favorite consoles just because visually it looks good. And it takes the shields down, so that's not bad. The ferrofluid hydraulic assembly, this is from your Terran rep. Of course, you can see there a minus 0.5 second share torpedo recharge time. We're going to use the ordnance accelerator. This is from your gamma rep. So your plus 20% mine recharge speed, plus 26.3 projectile weapon and phaser damage. Not too bad. Our point defense bombardment warhead, of course, this comes from your NX, any version of the NX, legendary or low buy, with a plus 25% projectile damage and the cute 1% critical chance. We're pairing it, of course, with the dynamic power redistributing module, or the DPRM, which comes from your Atlas, aka the prototype Dreadnought. You can also get this as your event reward, but it has 11.3 all damage resistance rating, 19% directed energy damage. Not really here for that, but for the 20-second clicky, 40% bonus damage while you're above 80%, plus 100 bonus damage resistance rating, and then plus 500 hull regen. Now, of course, you do pair this up with the bombardment warhead. It does give you plus 33% phaser damage for directed energy weapons, but of course, this is a torp build. We're just using it for the benefits that it does give us, helping us with our torps, but also with our universal consoles with the traits that we're using with this. Lorca's custom fire controls, your ore locator from the Discovery rep, plus 3.9 critical chance, and plus 157.5 Starship shield pen. Not bad. So we are going to prepare it with a Tricobalt tear launcher, because tear sounds like a negative word, so why not? Plus, it also gives 19% mine and torpedo damage, so can't complain about that. Additionally, we get 47.5 Starship shield pen. So, and this looks good. It really does look good, Captains. And our last two console slots here, of course, we're going to be using the vulnerability locators for torpedo for the plus 2% crit chance and 34.5% torpedo weapon damage. Stat-wise, this does give us 42.3% crit chance and 193.2% crit severity. Now, this could be higher. I do have my Pandevers ranked to 600. I have 150 points, but as the recording of this video, Captains, I've still heard that Captains are having trouble when they spend all their perk points, that they're locked to that one Captain. And really, we were doing well before this. We're going to do fine at this point. So we're going to keep it where it's at for now until I hear 100% that it is fixed. So there's that. Our skills, nothing too different, of course. Intel primary, temporal secondary, traits. So what we got going on: a good day to die, hot pursuit, kinetic precision, superior projectile training, resonating payload modification, adaptive offense, unconventional systems, Terran targeting systems, intelligent agent attaché, and the Boimler effects, starship traits, ceaseless momentum, entwine tactile matrices, of course, universal designs. We're going to use rapid emitting armaments, so this is an additional torpedo attack, so I have to be careful, doubly be careful, because not only can I high yield the gravimetric torpedo, I can also read myself. The last trait we're working with here is subspatial warheads. Captains, I did not T6X this ship because this is probably one of the only times I will use this. As soon as I am done with this video, probably use it a couple more times, but then on to the next ship. So I don't believe in T6Xing all the ships because, again, for the pewz that we do here, not necessarily for me personally. Space reputation, we got the Omega kinetic shearing, advanced targeting systems, torpedo pre-fire sequence, precision, and Tyler's duality. Active space rep, anti-time antagonist singularity, biomolecular shield generator, deploy sensor interference platform, quantum singularity manipulation, and of course, refactoring Tetron cascade. So for our stations, this is what we got going: left to right, top to bottom, hematite lace weaponry, torpedo high yield 2. So I went with this look because I've said this before. I do prefer high yield 2 because it fires 3 torpedoes, which you normally see in Star Trek on screen. Concentrate firepower 3. Of course, our main damage dealer there. Beam fire at will, cannon scatter volley. But I chose to boost up my mines over my torpedo high yield because I do have concentrate firepower 3. So that was my thinking. So this, the highest power of mine I can fit on this, so that I can boost the 3 mines that we have in the aft. Emergency power to engines, emit unstable warp bubble, structural integrity collapse, tractor beam, scramble sensors, photonic shockwave, and gravity well. We're going to actually use gravity well. I don't normally like using gravity well, and reason being is you don't really see it on screen, but this is an evil Terran build. We want to group them up and just make them disappear, and this is going to help us do that. There's our stations for our dupes. This is what we have. The 2 on ground, of course, Neil Falconer. Increased damage versus the Berg when we pew the Berg, and we already pewed the Berg. That thumbnail that you see was the aftermath of us pewing the Berg. Elder Malik Atan, of course, increased damage versus all. For our space here, we have 3 projectile weapons officers. All of them give us a chance to stack crit severity when we fire our projectiles. Lyrene, of course, more increased damage versus the Berg. Our emergency con officer for more speed, recharges evasive maneuvers when emergency power to engines is activated. And the last one, 38 of 47. Free association. It reduced other bridge officer ability cooldowns after using 1. This particular one here, of course, reduce the cooldown of your other bridge officer abilities by using 1 of the officer uses tactical and or command. So there you go, captains. That is the build. Again, we'll take this to Elite Argala. For the most part, again, I cannot complain. It is a free ship, and this will be more something that we can totally use on our free-to-play account on the console bridge. But right now, we have unlocked this on the PC bridge, and we're going to see how this does in Elite Argala. So let's take her in and see how she does. And remember, yes, the evil Picard is with us.
Take us out of here. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
There we go. Let's see how we do here.
Tactical alert. Vessel approaching. Bearing 184, Mark 7.
All hands. Battle stations.
Is Riker with us? Sure. Let's say Riker's with us.
Hot, deflectors to full.
Ooh. All the pew pew goodness, captains. Yes! Sorry. Hard to contain myself with all the pews. Look at that. Again, I have to be careful. I don't want to get too close. Usually 4 clicks so that I can also activate my re, but we'll save that later because I don't need it. This performs really well and is super maneuverable, captains. Yeah, save our major bus for this group. Gravel's coming up, so that's perfect. Jeez. Oh, let's take this one out. It's closer to us. Just absolutely tearing through them. Oof. See, there's that Tri-Cobalt Terra launcher. I love the look and sound of it. Oof. Just gotta stay away from that. This is how I die, captains. That high yield gravimetric torpedo literally follows targets. After, if a target it's going towards dies, it'll stop and go to the next one. And that's when I usually turn my attention to it, and when I fly into it as well. Ooh. Have some mines. Oh, back up. See? I was too close. I thought I can get away with it. Nope. Let's make sure we're a little careful. Use some torp candy here. Take them out. Whew, look at that. Tri-cobalt tear with a torp spread. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, let's put you together. There's some of that going on. Already the last group. Oh, hush. Hush, sir. You're doing nothing of the sorts. I'm 4 clicks away, should be fine. Look how fast that just goes through. No shields for you. Oh, nice. Perfect. All right, let's get our marks here. Go over here. Excuse me, sir. Let's go get our shelfies. Captains, if you don't know what that is, those are ship selfies. Parker right here. Oh, let's stop the launching of mines, because that could also... that won't look good on our shelfies. And there you go, Captains. That is how the Somerville free ship did. And I can't necessarily complain. It's free. It's a free ship. Now, I know, Captains, I've said this before, my scifu is really weak. So I've decided to just use this as a torpedo build, because really, when you look at the stations here, this frees up a lot of spots for me to use unconventional systems. Plus, I'm using tractor beam, which gives us rapid emitting armaments, and I get like 3 uncon procs. And this is a universal, so you can kind of be sort of free with what you want to do with this. Of course, you can go full sci or whatever you feel experimenting with. It's a free ship. It's really hard to pass up when it's free. And again, I'm looking forward to this on my PS4 account, but this does great for the nightly PP shenanigans we do here on the bridge, which, Captains, I do invite you to join us on the Twitch bridge for that, where we just hang out, have fun. And that's what it's all about here on the bridge, is just about having fun. So build this however you want, Captains. You have the freedom. The important thing is you're having fun while you're pewsing. Again, this ship is something really not necessarily for me, but I'm not going to pass up something that we can possibly just have fun in a couple nights here. And again, you kind of have that Terran theme going on, which we do here and there. So who knows, I might pull the ship out again. But there it is, Caps. That is how it did. So like the video, comment below, let us know how you built the ship out. And of course, we will leave it on this note.
Don't let them promote you. Don't let them transfer you. Don't let them do anything that takes you off the bridge of that ship, because while you're there, you can make a difference.